Hey guys, welcome to Bite Me. If you are watching this on YouTube, my nose is hella red right now. I am not on cocaine. Sometimes when I get home, the dogs want to play, and yeah, my allergies just flare up, and it's a whole thing. So, not sick, not on drugs, just having a moment and needing some Benadryl. Everybody calm down. So today, this might be a little longer episode. I got a little into it with the writing. I wish somebody would let me know, do we like the shorter episodes at 9 and 10 minutes? Sometimes I feel like when I'm listening to a podcast in my car on the way to work, that 15 minutes is just too long. A lot of them are 15 and 20 minutes. I feel like I just want something quick, something easy, something longer than a TikTok, but shorter than a Full House episode. So I feel like 10 minutes is good. Maybe you have other thoughts. Interested in hearing your thoughts on my website. Oh, I got the sniffs too. My allergies. So this episode on season 1, episode 25, The Truth About Millennial Sexuality. It is no secret that I harbor a lot of resentment to the boomer population. If you are one, I'm sure you cringe a little when I talk about it because, maybe you don't like what I have to say. But some of you are progressive, so that's nice. I'll take that. But as a millennial, honestly, every woman I talk to has some horror story about the navigation of their adolescence. And it seems to me we were all walking around on the same unsturdy plank while our mothers, boomer women, casually watched, just hoping we'd ask someone else who isn't them for help. Why so uncomfortable with the sex talk? Moms, boomer moms of millennials. Millennials struggling with healthy sexuality is a full-blown thing in 2021. Let's talk about that. As an adolescent and or tween girl, I remember sitting in a cold gymnasium full of other 11 to 12 to 13-year-old tween girls watching an ancient documentary hosted by the original Annie actress, okay? About periods. This was an informative video with the actress Annie about our periods. And after we would sit in the awkward, painful, uncomfortable silence for 2 hours with our female peers, we were tossed a goodie box full of apparatuses that we had no idea how to use, and then we were hastily shoved out the door. Conversations about the incident were not had the next day at school, and for whatever reason, the boomer mothers saw this as their version of the sex talk with their daughters, and as such, the task was completed. This was a normal occurrence in the Midwest. I don't know if it was the same way in the cities, in the urban areas. But in the Midwest, this is how they did it, you guys. As a mother now myself, I recite this to you, and I am still horrified. I want you to think about the fact we didn't have Google back then. We didn't have YouTube back then. I remember sitting on the floor of my room looking at the back of one of the boxes, the home sample, the sample tampons that we took home, and I'm looking at the pictures and thinking to myself, that goes where? I'm certain I've carried some of the trauma with me over the whole ordeal, but that's nothing compared to the sex talk I never received. As a child, knowing that you had a period was one thing. All right, girls bleed sometimes. But the reasoning behind it was a foreign concept altogether, okay? Sex. All I knew about that was that two people of the opposite gender had it, and sometimes that resulted in the production of a third additional human. Anything accompanying that information was beyond me. I was 16 when my friend Colette sat me down in her car over McDonald's fries and said, "You seriously don't understand how babies are made?" And that's when and where I found out how. Okay, you can't make this stuff up. My 16-year-old friend in her car at a McDonald's drive-thru had to tell me how babies were made because it was never explained to me. Why? Truthfully, at 16, I was a virgin, so that stuff didn't matter as much to me because I wasn't reaping any of the results. That said, I wasn't a virgin out of choice. I was a virgin out of fear. There's a new show on Hulu with Maya Mbalek. I love her. She was the original Blossom, if any of you guys remember that. The show is called Call Me Kat, and it's about a millennial cat cafe owner navigating her life as a 30-something single in the 21st century. At one point in the show, they have a flashback of her mother giving her the sex talk at a vulnerable age. And I'm just going to sum it up for you with a tune, because this is the tune that the mother sang to her, okay? If you give the man the milk, he won't want to buy the cow, and you'll make God cry. That was my mom. The woman literally told me if she ever found out I was pregnant, she would kick me out of her house. And then she accompanied that with a rant about how she'd rather have seen me not walk across the graduation stage than find out I was on birth control when she searched my room and discovered my birth control at age 18. She was fucking batshit crazy, my mom. Look, I just want to tell you guys, don't be this parent, all right? Don't be that parent. There's no reason. Studies have shown that what they did to us in the early millennium, preaching abstinence, had an adverse effect. Okay, it actually created more pregnancies than it prevented. Just telling kids not to have sex, just abstain. That doesn't work, all right? They honestly should have spent a lot more time educating us less on abstinence and more on consent. And probably more time with the boys than they did the girls. But that's another topic for another episode. The point is, teenagers have sex. It's what they do. And periods are normal. They just are. I don't know if you guys just heard that, but Google just tried to talk to me. Anyways, teenagers have sex. It is what they do. Periods are normal. That's fine. Talk to your daughters. Keep them safe. It's okay. As far as grown millennial women go, all that slut-shaming crap you were taught as a young child, throw that shit out the window right now. All right? If you want to have sex with someone on the first date, do it. Just be safe. Okay? If you want to sell your body for money on the internet, go ahead. Like, everything they taught us was based on shame and fear. All right? And if you don't know who Brene Brown is, I want you to go ahead and Google her and look up any of her speeches. Like, you don't need to live your life in shame. It's your body. Do what you want with it. But, that said, it's your body, so respect it how you wish as well. Be that for your child. Be the example for your child as well if you have one. Like, don't be the mom who's too afraid to discuss sex and periods with your daughter. We're the mothers of the next generation of females. Let's leave them with a better legacy than we had. For more information on healthy sexuality, you can visit mentalhealth.net/sexuality. And for lessons we've learned, or rather haven't learned, from our boomer mothers, you can see the article, What Lessons Have We Internalized by Watching Our Boomer Moms Figure Out Careers, Love, and Motherhood by Anne Helen Peterson. And again, go ahead and check out Brene Brown. Her name is spelled Brene Brown, I believe. Listen, you're going to love her. You got to check out one of her TED Talks. Just go to TED Talks, Brene Brown. You can thank me later. Go check out the Truthful Groomer website. We got a blog there. We got all the podcast episodes there. We got all the YouTube episodes there. Got the merch link there. And this is me, as always, just begging you to please go to Insta and Twitter and follow me, because I'm really trying to spread this shit out. Because if shit goes south on TikTok, y'all never see me again. Because TikTok is apparently ran by white men. Okay, love you guys. See you next time on Bite Me.